Hello, good evening. I have a quite sad story. Well, a poem, I think. I think it was originally a ballad, but I'm reading it as a poem. It was first written, it was written in 1525, and it's called The Babes in the Wood. And I just read this through once to get the rhythm right for you, and it made me cry. But it's a beautiful poem, it's beautifully written, what a beautiful ballad. And yeah, see what you think. So, the babes in the wood. Now ponder well, you parents dear, these words which I shall write. A doleful story you shall hear, in time brought forth to light. A gentleman of good account in Norfolk dwelt of late, who did in honour far surmount most men of his estate. Sore sick he was, and like to die, no help his life could save. His wife by him as sick did lie, and both possessed one grave. No love between these two was lost, each was to other kind. In love they lived, in love they died, and left two babes behind. The one a fine and pretty boy, not passing 3 years old. The other a girl more young than he, and framed in beauty's mould. The father left his little son, as plainly did appear, when he to perfect age should come, £300 a year. And to his little daughter Jane £500 in gold, to be paid down on marriage day, which might not be controlled. But if the children chanced to die, ere they to age should come, the uncle should possess the wealth, for so the will did run. Now, brother, said the dying man, look to my children dear. Be good unto my boy and girl, no friends else have they here. To God and you I recommend my children dear this day, but little while be sure we have within this world to stay. You must be father and mother both, and uncle all in one. God knows what will become of them when I am dead and gone. With that bespake their mother dear, O brother kind, quoth she, you are the man must bring our babes to wealth or misery. And if you keep them carefully, then God will you reward. But if you otherwise should deal, God will your deeds regard. With lips as cold as any stone, they kiss the children small. God bless you both, my children dear. With that the tears did fall. These speeches then their brother spake to this sick couple there. The keeping of your little ones, sweet sister, do not fear. God never prosper me nor mine, nor aught else that I have. If I do wrong your children dear, when you are laid in grave. The parents being dead and gone, the children home he takes, and brings them straight unto his house, where much of them he makes. He had not kept these pretty babes a 12-month and a day, but for their wealth he did devise to make them both away. He bargained with 2 ruffians strong, which were of furious mood, that they should take these children young and slay them in a wood. He told his wife an artful tale he would the children send to be brought up in London town, with that was his friend. Away then went those pretty babes, rejoicing at that tide, rejoicing with a merry mind that they should on cock horse ride. They prate and prattle pleasantly as they ride on the way to those that they should their butchers be, and work their lives' decay, so that the pretty speech they had made murder's heart relent, and that they undertook the deed full sore now did repent. Yet one of them, more hard of heart, did vow to do his charge, because the wretch that hired him had paid him very large. The other won't agree thereto, so there they fall to strife. With one another they did fight about the children's life. And he that was of mildest mood did slay the other there. Within an unfrequented wood the babes did quake for fear. He took the children by the hand, 'tis standing in their eye, and bade them straightway follow him, and look, they did not cry. And 2 long miles he led them on, while they for food complain. Stay here, quoth he, I'll bring you bread when I come back again. These pretty babes with hand in hand went wandering up and down, but never more could see the man approaching from the town. Their pretty lips with blackberries were all besmeared and dyed, and when they saw the darksome night, they sat them down and cried. Thus wandered these poor innocents till death did end their grief. In one another's arms they died, as wanting due relief. No burial these pretty pair from any man receives, till Robin Redbreast piously did cover them with leaves. And now the heavy wrath of God upon their uncle fell. Ye fearful fiends did haunt his house, his conscience felt an hell. His barns were fired, his goods consumed, his lands were barren made, his cattle died within the field, and nothing with him stayed. And in a voyage to Portugal 2 of his sons did die, and to conclude himself was brought to want and misery. He pawned and mortgaged all his land, 7 years came about, and now at last his wicked act did by this means come out. The fellow that did take in hand those children for to kill was for a robbery judged to die, such was God's blessed will, who did confess the very truth as here have been displayed, the uncle having died in jail, where he for debt was laid. You the executors be made, and overseers eke, of children that be fatherless, and infants mild and meek. Take you example by this thing, and yield to each his right. lest God with such like misery your wicked minds requite. Truly, truly sad, but beautifully written, you know, really gorgeous, lovely old English, beautiful, absolutely amazing. Okay, I'm going to read another fairy tale, and yeah, I hope you didn't cry too much. I will see what other fairy tales I can read out. I don't have many fairy tale books. I think this is the only one that I can read out, which is copyright free. There are many, but I'm not sure. I may be able to find some here in Spain, where I live. Fingers crossed. But anyway, that was from this book, Flora Annie Steele, English Fairy Tales, Maxtor Classics. Hope you enjoyed, and yeah, it's actually quite nice to do this for you. If maybe you're having a little cat nap in the afternoon, or if you have insomnia, or if you're like me, you're going through a bit of a tough time and you're stressed out and you just need to slow down, and I'm there with you. And let's slow down together, because now more than ever we're going through a lot of stress in this crazy world. Some more than others, or in different ways. But yeah, I hope I can be of help. Anyway, I'll do another video another day about my life and what's going on at the moment. And for now, good night, or good afternoon, good morning. Have a good kip. I hope you sleep, and I hope you're more relaxed. Good night. Bye bye.